What's going on, guys? It's DFS Hart here today. Today we have an updated picks for the NFL Sunday championship games today. And I made a video yesterday, and I just want to apologize. It's a little kind of echoey. Hopefully this is a lot better. I have a mic coming tomorrow, so my videos will be, finally great quality for sound. And I finally fixed the quality for the video quality. So both of those will be good moving forward. And then we'll have daily NBA slate breakdowns coming out. So we're getting into the full swing of things here. But yeah, so we have an updated picks for today. Before we get into that, if you could please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I post daily slate breakdowns for NFL while there's still, we have two more games today and next for the Super Bowl. And then I'm going to be doing daily NBA slate breakdowns and then incorporating some PGA slate breakdowns. So please subscribe, there'll be a lot of content coming out soon. And then, drop me a follow at DFS Heart on Twitter. I'll be responding, to people's questions, DMs. There's a ton of injury news on the NBA side, so you want to keep up to date with that. You got to basically look at your phone right up until lock with all the injury news that happens daily. So follow me on Twitter. And let's take a look at the updated odds for today's games. I know the Bucks Packers game, I think the total went up by a point or two since yesterday. So, I mean, they're basically the same now. So, two shootouts most likely. I also want to note the weather in Green Bay right now is going to be cold and snowy. Obviously, that doesn't affect Tom, but maybe some of his teammates. But I think it should be a fine game up there. And in Kansas City, I think the weather is supposed to be just, cold, 30. I think there's a small chance for rain later in the day, but I don't think it will really have an impact at all. So let's get into it. As I mentioned yesterday, you got Mahomes, Allen, Rodgers, Brady. They're all viable. I think I'm leaning towards more of the Mahomes and Josh Allen stack, choosing one of those QBs and just doing a full-on game stack. I know that the totals for the games are basically the same, but I do think the Mahomes-Allen's matchup has a lot more potential. They're not really going to look at their running backs to do a lot, so I really like the upside in that game a lot more than the Rodgers-Brady game. But with that being said, the ownership's going to be a lot more heavy in the Mahomes and Allen game with all their wide receivers and tight ends compared to the Brady and Rodgers game, I believe. So that's one thing to keep an eye out on. So we'll just go with Mahomes at the top. Show you guys a little build. At the running back position, Aaron Jones, top 6'5". As I mentioned, I'm not going to play him. I think he's more of a, a lower-owned GPP play. I think people are going to flock to Leonard Fournette. And we got news that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is in. They haven't released any news as of right now, which is in about 3 hours till the game starts, on whether he will start. So it's a little risky if you want to play him because Darrell Williams might get the run again, and as we saw last game, he's more than capable of getting you 10 to 15 touches and a few targets. So you can definitely run it back with Darrell Williams if you want, or you could take the shot on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I think I might take the shot on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And then another guy I'm looking towards is Ronald Jones, especially if the game's snowy and they're struggling to throw the ball, which I don't think they will. But there's always that chance they might turn to Ronald Jones and start pounding ground and pound. I like his upside. As we saw earlier in the season, he's capable of going up 20 plus touches, getting you some touchdowns. I mean, he can catch the ball. He doesn't do it a ton, but we've seen some games where he's gotten 6 targets or 6 catches, 3 catches, 4 catches. So, I mean, he hasn't gotten recently due to his injury a few weeks ago, but I do think he's firmly in play today. And you could take a shot on guys like Jamal, I think his name is. Yeah, Jamal. Jamal Williams, 4-4. I feel like that game might lean towards a running attack first. So, and he's gotten a lot of red zone touches, especially in the last playoff game. So you could definitely take a shot on him over Aaron Jones and hope he vultures a TD or two, which is, I think it's a fair play. Other than that, Le'Veon Bell's out, so, I mean, you're pretty much left to Singletary on the Bills, which I don't want to go there. and then one of the guys at the top. So I'm gonna throw in Ronald Jones. And now for the wide receiver position, I fitted Davante Adams last week, and it kind of worked out. I mean, he got like 20 fantasy points still, which it still paid off his salary, 21. I think I'm gonna fade him again. I mean, it's a great matchup. The Bucs secondary is not that good, but I'd much rather go to Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs in this game because I'm doing a full-on game stack. So, and then I mean, it'd be smart to add the Evans or Godwin just to get a little piece of that game, but I think I'd go a different route where I think I might add like a Brown, Beasley, or maybe even Gabe Davis to get low-owned guy in the third wide receiver spot, and then go maybe Kelsey and Tanyan, or maybe get real contrarian and go like Gronk and Tanyan. They'll be a lot lower owned than Kelsey. Kelsey's probably going to be like 70% owned today, which is not bad. He's been a beast, but if you want to get different, that's one way to get different is do the double tight end stack and then pay up for like a defense or maybe pay up for a different position, like one of the running backs to get up to Aaron Jones. I think for defense, I think I'm still going to stick with the Bucs just for the price tag. And that game, if it is snowing and they're struggling to pass, it's going to be a lower total than the Chiefs-Bills game. So, I mean, it's pretty much up to you guys what you want to do, but I'm fine with, going with the lowest defense and just hoping they get me a few points. And as for the flex position, I know, where is he? Gronk. Where'd he go? Cameron Brate. He's popular last week. You can go there again if you want. I'm not sure if I'd do it. I think I'd rather, go to Gronk. He's definitely going to be a safer player. I feel like Brady will definitely lean on him this game, so I feel like you want to avoid him today. And then you can take a shot on Dawson Knox. As I mentioned yesterday, he's not going to get you a ton of targets in the middle of the field, but when they get close to the red zone, the Bills love to run weird plays where they throw it to their like 6-string tight ends. And he's a starter, so he's gotten a few looks the past few games in the red zone, so I think it's fine for 2-8. I mean, if you get 2 touchdowns, that's perfect. But yeah, I think that's going to do it today, guys. Here's what I'm pretty much thinking for my build. Pay up for Mahomes, get some of those secondary running back plays, and then just pay up for the top guys at wide receiver, and maybe mix in some contrarian plays with the double tight end stack. So that's what I'm thinking. It's pretty much up to you guys to do what you want this slate. It's I mean, there's pretty much great plays at every position. It's very hard to not do game stacks today, just because I mean this slate is weird because usually there's like one route that everyone is gonna go, but this slate you could go so many different routes. You can do the game stack. You can get a little bit of action from each and every game. So I think I'm just gonna stick with the game stack today, and that's about it. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at DFSHeart for more updated picks. And I'll see you guys later today with an NBA slate breakdown. Thank you guys.